Hello there, it's February the 26th. Welcome to launch night of Sound TV. An amazing lineup of stars, including Bill Wyman, Phil Cool, Jethro, Joe Pasquale, Mick Miller, Rick Parfitt, Francis Rossi, Chris Tarrant, Bobby Davro, Tommy Walsh, Brian Connolly, and loads of newcomers, including Tucker, Tank Sherman, Steve Hewlett, and loads more, and lots of surprises, all on Sound TV. Don't miss it. See you later.
It's 7 o'clock. It's Saturday, February the 26th. We are live at Envy in Southampton, a brand new venue for the launch of a brand new channel, Sound TV. Now, my name's Mike Osman, and I had an idea, along with two of my best buddies. They are Richard Digance and Jethro. Richard, the idea was?
To bring entertainment into the modern idiom with the old traditions of variety, whatever that is. I don't really know what it is, but bring back some laughs onto telly, and we've had this vision for quite a time, and tonight it's all going to happen, and against all the odds, I suppose, we're here, and we're up there on the satellite live. It's brilliant.
It's exciting times, and Jeff, you came on board in the last sort of 3 months, but you're really backing this.
Yeah, I think the public have forgotten what great talent we have in the country, and I see them. Perhaps you, the public, don't, but I see them. We've got some incredible talent in this country, but not in the media at the moment for them to be seen. And I mean, I was very, very lucky. 15 years ago, I did a Desert Corner, and the public saw me, and they come in and they laughed at me, and they've come to see me, and I've had 15 great years entertaining the public. But the young boy now, who's just come into my age when I was 15 years ago, he ain't got a chance. He got to crawl into a producer's office somewhere, and he'll get no joy. He'll get nothing. He will say, well, yeah, we'll put you down and we'll consider you, but it's not a vehicle for this great talent to ride in on. And I feel, and I probably all do, we're at the eventide of our entertaining lives, and we've had a chance, all three of us, we've had a great chance. And it would just be nice when we actually go, or finish, or retire, or what we do, to say that we've left something for the next generation of entertainers to come through. And that's probably where I felt, and when I do retire, and say, well, I've created a little situation where somebody else can have the same chance as I did. And I say to any act, if you think you're good enough, you come and see us, fellas. You come and see us. And if we think you're good enough, we will put you on. You don't have to crawl to anybody. You just come and see us. And I know there's some brilliant acts out there, because I know what's coming up on this channel, and they're absolutely phenomenal. I mean,
I think the fact that we can run a new variety show tonight in an hour or so, and nobody on the public would have ever heard of.
That's right. I mean, one night we've done a recording of one show in my club, and in my club, amongst my people, at the end of the night, he said, "Are you going on?" I said, "No, I'm not. I'm not good enough to follow this lot. I'm not even going to attempt to follow that lot." Absolutely phenomenal.
And that was only the woman selling the program.
That was just the woman in the ice cream. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, you know, if we can leave something for the next generation of entertainment.
That's definitely not Cobweb TV then, Rich.
No, I don't think it is. I mean, you know, my mate Jazz Summers, who's on board, and Jazz is on the musical side, and I mean, you're talking about a guy who created Wham and George Michael and Lisa Stansfield. He's got the cool bands around now like Snow Patrol. If it was Cobweb, we wouldn't be enticing that sort of music onto the channel. And if, what Jeff said, if it was Cobweb telly, we wouldn't have the likes of Steve Hewlett, a great ventriloquist at 29 years old, Tucker, a brilliant comedian who this nation hasn't seen as yet, and they're about to in an hour or so's time. And yet we can still do that and put in guys like Brian Connolly up talking about his life and how he got into Jolson, and so we're going through all spectrums, and if I was ever told it was Cobweb, I think we'd failed, you know, because I don't think this is a nursing home for old people.
Looking around.
But it's weird, because when the press first picked up on the channel, that's the immediate tack they took, is vintage channel, vintage this, veteran that. And I can understand why they went down that route, but I think now they realise we had further intentions than that. And I totally endorse what Jeff said, that we're going to bring the new names out. We haven't got an audition policy.
No.
We haven't got a a commercial TV scheme or policy where you have to go through producers, you have to go through management, you have to go through this. If you think you're good enough to be on this channel, I don't think you're good enough.
Oh, that's why I'm not on.
Oh, exactly.
That's why I'm not on.
But there might be people out there.
But you know, Richard, the great thing with people like us, and I work live all the time, I know which way comedy is going. A producer in an office, I'm sorry, he runs a television, he doesn't know which way comedy is going. I do, because I do it every night to a public, and I can see how public humour is changing. Public humour is changing, and it's changing rapidly. And what comics laughed at 10 years ago, now the public are slowly starting to laugh at. And I think we're in for 10 years of wonderful comedy, a silly sort of comedy. Not the blue. The very blue, I think, may have had his day, and I think we've come back into a beautiful, silly, English, old-fashioned type of nonsense comedy. And I think
conversational.
We could be in for the 10 years of the best comedy this country probably have ever seen. And I know that, because I feel that. I don't sit in an office and work at it. I see what comes back to me every night, and I know which way the people are going. And I think what I love about this show, about this channel, is that if a great act comes on, and they come on and they do their bit, whether they're a great singer or a comic, and they won't be on unless they're great, I can assure you that. But you, the public, you decide whether you like them. There's no panel of people that couldn't do 5 minutes, and they tell you whether you're any good. I've seen these things where the panel says, yes, they're good, they're not, and they slate them. The thing is, with us chaps, if the acts don't turn up, we can do the show. Can those panels? No. So we wouldn't put ourselves in that position. If you like the act, and that act is working in the theatre, you go and see it. You decide whether you like it. No hook pulling you off. Nobody telling how good or bad you are. Humour is a very individual thing. Who am I to tell you what to laugh at? So you look at it. If you find it funny, you like it. You become a fan, not me. I don't tell you to become a fan. You sort it out for yourself.
Yeah. I think I like the policy also that was Jeffro's idea, which I think is really sparkling, which is that we can't match ITV financially. Of course we can't. We're just three guys. And mind you, got a bit of land,
Jeffro could.
No. But you know what I'm saying. And so we can't do the glitter that the London Palladium could offer, or Live from Her Majesty's, the shows we used to do years ago. Jeffro's idea is, which I think is a superb idea, is there a tin shed in Northumberland? Well, Village Hall, put the big names there and the local names, and let's do a variety show from a village hall somewhere. I think that's absolutely brilliant, because that is raw TV, it's raw entertainment. And I think one of the things that went into my head just then is the fact that I'm a musician. You know, Jeff and Mike came through comedy. I actually came through music. And when I look at music on telly now, and I'm not knocking a programme like, for instance, Stars in Their Eyes, because it's great entertainment. My kids love it, I enjoy it. But I think if that is the only route for a musician to go on telly and be somebody else, there is a slot somewhere for them to go on telly and be themselves. Yeah. And we're not here to knock other shows, because that would be foolish and childish. We don't want to do that. But there are other routes, and maybe we've just found them. And I don't think that's an arrogance. I think that's a huge boast, you know, that it is out there for them.
Yeah, I think TV nowadays is a bit short-term with these talent contests, you know. It seems that TV is looking for a quick fix, an entertainer who they can sell records very quickly, but it doesn't seem they have the longevity, because they don't have the backing, Jeff, do they? No. They don't have the background.
Well, you know, I worked for 15 years in the clubs and in the pubs.
Until you got a laugh.
I said I'll stay there until I got a laugh. I never did. I was disappointed. I never did. But yeah, when we got to we had a little bit of television. We had 15 years of treading the boards and being thrown out of clubs and told you're not funny. And to be a comic now, you've got to try to be funny. That's a part of it. But you've got to be thick-skinned as well. And the comics in England, we'll do a programme on how hard it is to be a comic one day. And I'd like to front that one to say just what a comic has got to go through to get to a point where the television will put him on. And it is hard. And you've got to walk out the doors of a club and you carry your equipment and you feel embarrassed to walk through the people. And we've all been there. But the great thing is with this, there is no yardstick to comedy. There is no that is funny and that is not. There is no measure. It's if you find it funny, it's comedy. If you don't find it funny, it's not. There's only one sort of comedy. That's what's funny and what's not funny. So people say, how many sort of comedies are there? There's only one. If it's funny to you, it's comedy. If it's not funny, not comedy.
I think
you decide.
That's right, and it is purely for the viewer, isn't it? It's not for us. Or when we make some choices, and we hope you follow them. But I think what you were saying there, to pick up